The Snyder Cut. Basically becoming the MacGuffin of real life. What's happening, film friends? David the Film Junkie here. All right, a lot of discussion has been happening pretty much since last week. A lot of people just going back and forth, arguing with each other and everything like that, just as we do. And it's pretty crazy stuff. The main thing is now, what I've been seeing a lot is the debate over the Snyder Cut. Are we going to get a Snyder Cut? Now, obviously, this is what we want. We know that what we got, what's in the theaters right now is definitely not full-on Snyder. There's bits of Snyder's, there's fragments of Snyder, but it's not a Zack Snyder movie. Zack Snyder himself has not even seen the movie, and apparently, according to some people, he doesn't plan on seeing it, and that just breaks my goddamn heart. That speaks volumes. That just shows that it was gutted. It was totally trying to be de-Snyder, and I'm still going to go over a lot of things like that in my spoiler review. I just have not had time because that spoiler review is going to pretty much take me the whole day to do that. It's going to be a long video, and I'm just trying to catch up on just current stuff that's coming out. And the big thing right now is, yes, there is a change.org petition, and it's titled Zack Snyder's Director's Cut and Tom Hulkenberg's, of course, Junkie XL, score for home video release. This was the petition was started by Roberto Mata of Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico. And it's been since changed and stuff like that. He's been working with some people and everything like that. And currently it has 123,000 plus signatures. That's a lot of goddamn signatures. Way more than the petition to have Zack Snyder fired off of everything. I remember that went around. I think that only got about, 16,000 or something like that. So yes, definitely a lot more people are wanting the director's cut and everything. The thing is, though, when it comes to this stuff, when it comes to signing it and everything, and I did just because people wanted me to, and I was like, fine, all right, I'll join, but it really doesn't do anything. I mean, this is it's meaningless, but at the same time, with that many signatures, it does have a statement. It does tell Warner Brothers, like, hey, there is a huge fan base that knows you dicked with this movie and wants to see Zack Snyder's vision to be fully complete. Even Kevin Smith, when he did his review of Justice League for Fat Man on Batman, he talked about his gripes and what he liked and everything, but he said that Warner Brothers, he even said this, he said Warner Brothers owes it to Zack Snyder to release his cut, just so he can get his vision. I mean, obviously the reason why they dicked with everything, because they really were worried that, Zack Snyder's movies have been quite, divisive, the past two ones, and they were just worried that it was going to be the same thing, and so they just tried to de-Snyder it. And it was all knee-jerk, keep it under 2 hours, blah, blah, blah. I mean, they really just, it's absolutely ridiculous what they did. And other people, too. Fabian Wagner, if I'm saying his name right, the cinematographer that worked with Zack on this movie, wants his cut to be out there. That speaks volumes. The cinematographer, because he said that there's a lot of shots that were cut out that he wants to see on the big screen. Ben Affleck's stuntman also said that yes, he wants to see that too, and he believes that there is one. There's a lot of people that believe that there is a Zack Snyder cut out there. The only thing is, though, we got a VFX person over here, Robust Bender. I don't know. His name is LBN Film, and somebody asked him, the Robust Bender is what asked him, is there any truth that there is a Snyder cut out there? And he goes, 1,000% bullshit. As I've said, of course, there's an assembly cut Zack had going before he left, but that was 9 months ago. He himself said he hasn't touched or interfered or been a part of the process since March. There is no cut. People like this are the worst, perpetrating rumors of processes they don't understand. Yes, I've been hearing stuff too that if Warner Brothers was actually going to finish his cut, finish all the VFX, because we saw in those deleted scenes that there was a lot of visual effects that were not finished. So if they were to do all that, they said it would probably cost an estimated $70 million. So we need a fanboy who's rich. Find a fanboy who's rich and wants to see it, and then he can invest in it, because a lot of people would pay to see this movie. If they were to re-release it in the movie theater, I'd pay to go see it, and I'm sure you guys would too. The Zack Snyder cut in the theaters, I would gladly pay to go see that, and I would gladly pay for it on home video. But I mean, it's not guaranteed. They have to invest $70 million more when the current Justice League movie is losing money. Yeah, that's just something studios don't do. If that's true. Like, I gotta always say, if that's true. We gotta act like, I'm not acting like I know what's going on behind the scenes. But, yeah, so that's what that guy said. But some other people are saying, no, it's nonsense, that he actually had a completed cut that just, with scenes that weren't finished. I remember seeing the X-Men Origins Wolverine unfinished. It was quite annoying because sometimes it was like cool scene, and then all of a sudden green screen in the back, blah, 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 unfinished visual effects. There's just all kinds of stuff going on. It's all nutties, man. And then there was even a lot of people, even Jason Momoa keeps on talking about cutout scenes. You could tell he's not happy about it. There was a guy who played an Atlantean soldier who said there was a scene where parademons were fishing for Atlantean soldiers. I'm like, oh my God, I want to see that. A lot of people are blaming Jeff Johns, which I go, whoa, let's relax a little bit, okay? Because this is not like Marvel Studios, okay? Kevin Feige runs Marvel Studios. Yes, Jeff Johns is like, he's up there, but he still has to answer to Warner Brothers. He's just running DC Films. That's it. He's not running a studio. He's running DC Films. He's running that part. He still has to answer to a bunch of Warner Brothers people. So a lot of people are just still are going after Jeff Johns like, oh yeah, he dogged them, but we don't know what's going on. Oh, he's not saying anything online. Yes, why would he? He's going to add to it. He's going to just bring the lynch mob over to his Twitter. Of course he's not going to do that. And not to mention, he was probably instructed not to say a goddamn thing. Many people making really bad decisions, including the head of Warner Brothers, Kevin, I can't even say his last name. He got Diane Nelson too. A lot of people are making a lot of bad decisions, and it was mainly Kevin, good old Kevin, saying that, hey, we needed the runtime to be 2 hours because we need as much money as possible. So instead of just having quality, he wanted quantity. He's the one mainly to blame. I don't get like this whole Jeff Johns thing. Oh, he didn't go to bat for Snyder. He dogged him and blah, blah, blah. And just... we got to relax, okay? Let's not start pointing fingers. I mean, I know this is part of what fandom is. We start pointing fingers at everyone and everything. You could point the fingers on some of the ridiculous dialogue that Joss Whedon wrote. That's totally fine with me. But mainly pointing the fingers at Warner Brothers, not really Jeff Johns. I mean, he's been trying to, before this, he was promoting a lot. I mean, it does seem like he was promoting more with Wonder Woman than he was with Justice League, but... you know what? He's got his own thing going right now. He's got the Doomsday Clock series that's coming out, which I'm looking forward to reading. I haven't picked it up yet, but yeah. There you go, guys. I mean, yeah, who knows what's going on? Like I said, this is just the MacGuffin of our world right now, trying to figure out if this is going to happen. And it would be crazy if there actually is. If a Snyder cut actually gets released and it's absolutely glorious, and like a lot of critics that were saying a bunch of stuff went, you know what, this is pretty damn good. And then when you watch all three movies together, you see one big giant vision, the evolution of Superman, showing him right here, then dealing with this, and then coming back and being that Superman that everybody wanted, instead of just being overly, that's the only bad part. I liked his scenes. I like the fact that we got that Superman, but he had some cheesy dialogue, and it was all just a little bit much. Some of it was like, okay, you're fighting Steppenwolf, but you're smiling while you're doing it, okay? You're smiling. Okay, we got it. We got it. Happy Superman, but it seemed like Snyder and Terrio were going to get there anyways. It's just, hey, you got to develop first. You got to get it there first. But Warner Brothers was just like, bam, you're back. Bam, you smell good. Bam, it was itchy. Bam, hi, Mom. Bam, I'm back with a suit that has no hole in it. It's just there. That's what just disappoints me, that it was just so quick. And you just couldn't, I can't do that. So we'll see what happens, guys. If you want to sign it, go ahead. Like I said, those things don't really do much, but it does reveal a lot. And Warner Brothers' marketing team is seeing all this. So that's a good thing. They're seeing all the signatures. So, it does make a difference, but when it comes down to it, it's up to them. Even though Snyder, being the director, it should ultimately be, since it's on his name, legally, he should have say about certain things, but who knows? Who knows what's going on behind the scenes? That's what I keep on saying. Anyways, guys, there you have it. Let me know your thoughts about it down below. Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the other channel too. Follow me on the social media stuff floating above my head. And of course, I got shirts available. I might put that Snyder shirt back in there. I just might, because I think a lot of people are supporting him. Maybe this could be part of it too. I might put it back. Anyways, guys, talk to you later.